Call the board meeting of May 5th, 2025 to order. Secretary, call the roll.
Schubert,
Here.
Gillespie,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
LaShay,
Here.
Cefuentes.
Here.
Olivas.
Here.
Moreno.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So tonight is our public comments, so you would have had to have signed up before 7 o'clock to speak. We ask that you respect the 3-minute time limit and ask that we respect the confidentiality of our students and staff. Becky Ryro.
Good evening. My name is Becky Raro, and I've been a member of the EA community for the past 18 years. For the last 3 years, I've served as the president of our EA Council Local 604. But tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different and address you in my capacity as a longstanding invested member of the district. The opinions I'm sharing are my own experience, and I speak only for myself tonight. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to Theodia and Bruce for your service. I've learned so much from the both of you. I'll always remember the night that you made sure that the cameras were turned on so all of us could see. And that was such an important moment for us, and I appreciate that. And I wish you both the best of luck. So here I go. In recent years, many of us have lived through a breakdown of trust between district leadership, the Board of Education, and staff. In an independent survey, 41% of union members said that trust had been deeply damaged. These results could have easily been swept under the rug. Instead, under Annette Johnson's leadership, the board took meaningful steps to address these issues, bringing renewed hope and direction to our district. And now we are in a time of transition. Retaining Annette Johnson as board president offers the stability and experience that we all need. She's a proven leader and committed to staff and educators, deeply connected to our community, and equipped with the financial insight to help guide us forward as we begin building the Career Center and enter into contract negotiations next year. I have witnessed firsthand her efforts to rebuild trust. We need her knowledge and experience to help ensure that our next major steps are stable and secure. Thanks for allowing me to be myself tonight and share my truth. Thank you.
Pastor Dan Haas.
Good evening. I may not be as eloquent as the previous speaker, but I'm going to support her viewpoint. Again, my name is Pastor Dan Haas. I have I'm an East Aurora alumni, so in Aurora East is best. And I have lived in the district. I've lived in many parts of Aurora, but I've lived in this district as well. But what I want to say is that I believe that Annette Johnson has done a wonderful job over the last 10, 12 years in helping to involve the community on different projects. I'm here to represent the clergy in Aurora, in particular on the east side, the Fox Valley Ministerial Alliance and a strong alliance of Hispanic pastors. Those obviously have inroads into parents and learning the feelings of parents on different things that come up before the board and being able to express their views or support or not support for certain issues. But Annette has been a big part in organizing the community, I believe, and getting them more involved in what is happening in the board. So I also think that she's got the experience. It's difficult to run a district this size. You have financial decisions, you have personnel decisions, you have other types of issues that arise. She has experience on these issues. She's an experienced businesswoman. She understands finances. So I would just encourage you to continue to let her serve as president. I think she has an ear and a voice in the community that helps at least give the board an idea of what parents think of issues. And so I would encourage you to retain her as president of the East Aurora School Board. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then Alex Royal.
Thank you, Madam President. You guys can't get rid of me, can you? I can only say thank you and goodbye to two of my colleagues, Mr. Schubert and Ms. Gillespie. I was in your shoes 2 months ago, and one thing Mr. Schubert said, I want to understand, when we're doing our construction for the new high school, there's no reason why our kids don't have the same facilities as the kids in Naperville have. Our kids deserve equality and the same facilities that kids in Naperville have. Thank you, Mr. Schubert. Those words have stuck in my ears for 8 years now, and I'll never forget that. And Ms. Gillespie, you truly fought for inclusion, for equity, and diversity. I've known her for over 35 years now. When she first came to Aurora, I was her first group of students when she was TSTM. That was a long time ago. I'm gonna say many years ago. 10 years ago. But
Don't
Miss
wanna age
Gillespie's always
yourself.
fought for the right thing. So I can say, thank you both for your service, and you will be missed. So I think next meeting you'll be sitting on the other side of here with me, but that's all I had to say. Thank you, Madam President, for your time.
Okay. All righty, so that concludes public comments. So on to communications from the superintendent.
Good evening, Board President Johnson, members of the school board, East Aurora community at large. Thank you for the opportunity to talk with you this evening. We've got a little bit longer of a communication from the superintendent this evening because we did not have our committee meetings this evening. So a couple of the items that would have been in committee, we've brought forward under the superintendent report. So I'm going to go through each one of those briefly, as well as pass a little bit of information off to my team there. The first one is 5A1 district updates for band uniforms. As you're aware, school board and members of the community, we've been taking a look specifically at our band uniforms and updating them. It's been quite a few years. So Michael Engel has begun the process of looking into that, and I wanted him to provide an update to the community at large.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. As we had mentioned last time, we went out and we solicited quotes for band uniforms for East High. We had 3 respondents that came back to us, and they're included within your packet. We kind of had, we know what we want as far as the committee knows what it's looking for. We're looking for 400 band uniforms for the following year. And it's on there for action on May 19th. That's going to be coming up. So all the information's in there. We had 3 respondents, which included DeMullen uniform, McCormick's Net uniform, and FJM uniform. Out of these 3 companies, the committee felt that FJM uniform offered the best of what we were looking for as far as aesthetic, quality, material, cleaning, and warranty with their product. So that's in there for recommendation coming up on the 19th.
Righty.
Thank you, Dr. Engel. Next, we have 5A2, driver's education vehicles. And once again, this has been an ongoing topic, and we're looking at updating and getting some additional driver's education vehicles along with the staff that we approved at a previous meeting, because we do have need to kind of catch up still from the COVID time, believe it or not. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Engel again to talk about where we're at in the process for our new vehicles for driver's education.
So we had spec'd out 2 driver's ed vehicles, which are included 2025 Ford Escapes. They were all identically equipped. We reached out to Riverview Ford, Gerald Ford, and the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative. It's contract number 206 with the state for the 2 Escapes for the driver's ed vehicle at the high school. As you can see, we had 3 respondents in there. They're all very closely quoted, if you will. The highest one being $61,720, and the lowest being $59,778. And again, this will be for approval coming up on the May 19th Board of Education meeting. So that's in there as well.
Dr. Engel, just for clarification, the 59,000, that's for 2 vehicles,
That's
correct?
for 2 vehicles, correct.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Vehicles have we been using?
Dr. Engel?
There's 5 total right now, and we've been primarily using 4.
Okay.
One needs a little bit of servicing, but this would actually get our, especially for the summertime, because a lot of the kiddos are taking driver's ed during the summer and they need the time for behind the wheel. So this would help catch us back up.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Next, we have 5A3, which is the Johnson Elementary Preschool Playground. And a little bit of the background about this. In August 2024, the Jumpstart Head Home Visiting Program moved to Johnson Elementary School. Currently, Johnson lacks a suitable outdoor play area for infants and toddlers. The plan is to build a fenced playground with age-appropriate equipment and pour-in-place surface for the children in the Jumpstart program. All East Aurora elementary schools have outdoor play areas tailored to their students, and adding one more at Johnson supports a broader goal of creating a welcoming environment for the school, the program, and the community. The Prevention Initiative Grant, which is a PI grant for preschool, will fully fund the project with the cost capped at $127,000. We're looking to have this done during the summer, so I wanted to make sure that we brought it up today. So once again, we could bring it forward at the May 19th board meeting. And once again, this would be all grant funded through the preschool initiative grant there. Any questions from the board about that at all?
No.
Okay, thank you. The next one, when we look at 5A4, is the Coward Kitchen update. Every year we have a health, life, safety inspection. And this last year, they cited the Coward Consumer Science rooms for inappropriate ventilation due to outdated and non-functioning hood vents. To address this violation and align with the district's 5-year capital improvement plan, we propose replacing the ventilation hoods over the upcoming summer break. The district is also reviewing all middle school consumer science rooms for potential upgrades, and completing the Coward update now would resolve the issue and help reduce future costs. The cost for this update would be $57,910, and once again, it would be done over summer break. And this would allow us to keep that great relationship we have with the Regional Office of Education as well as the Aurora Fire Department. We've really developed a good working relationship with them as we've gone out to do our 5-year health, life, safety audits, and this would help us continue with that, as this is something that was recommended during that audit time. Any questions from any of the board about that? Thank you. Next, we have, this one is actually up for a motion to approve. We have 5A5, which is a motion to approve the purchase of Lenovo DE6000H network storage device from Qubit Networks in the amount of $52,075. And for a little bit more information about what we're looking at there with the network storage, I'm going to have Mr. Andy Allen come up and speak to that directly.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Heffison. What this is we currently have all our buildings on an island as far as our video surveillance system. Some of those buildings, we still have servers and equipment. They're back to 2017 when it was first put in. There's, I think, 5 left. And 2 of those buildings have been upgraded to equipment that's actually 6 years old, because I had some that we reused. We recently have moved to a central management server through some other upgrades I was able to do. And we have all of them on one site, which allows us to do all the settings, make everything the same, give permissions, access, everything is centrally controlled. I don't have to manage 20 other devices around the district and try to keep them maintained and updated. The last part is a video storage server. This is a large device that's got almost half a petabyte of data storage that we can actually put on site in one place, pull everything back except the high school at this point, but it is still expandable, so I can do that also in the future coming up. So that is the goal of this, to try to centralize, but operationally better manage things, control all that piece. That's what we're going for tonight. And tariffs are throwing this really hard to do, hard to get quotes and get effective timelines and all that. So that's why we're trying to come forward tonight and get this done on this year's money that I still have and can spend on this. So any questions I can answer? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so motion to approve the purchase of the Lenovo DE6000H network storage device from Qubit Networks and the amount of $52,075. So moved.
Second.
Secretary call the roll?
Gillespie? Yes. LaShay?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Moreno?
Yes.
Fuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you. And next we have 5A6, which we've saved the best part of the superintendent's communication for last, because we would like to recognize a couple of our outgoing board members for their years of service. So I've got some prepared remarks I would like to share, and after I share in regards to each board member, we'll pause and see if the board would like to recognize them as well. I wanted to take a few moments to express my heartfelt gratitude to our 2 outgoing board members, Mr. Bruce Schubert and Ms. Theodia Gillespie, for their exceptional service to East Aurora District 131. It has truly been a pleasure to collaborate with both of you since my return to the district. Their dedication and leadership and commitment to our schools have not only shaped our community, but also have inspired me and my colleagues. As we recognize their contributions today, I am reminded of the positive impact they have made and the legacy they leave behind for our students and families. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about Ms. Theodia Gillespie and how she has exemplified unwavering dedication to the Aurora community since taking her seat on the East Aurora School Board in September of 2024. Her commitment to serving the community spans many years, highlighted by her impactful 31-year tenure as the president and CEO of the Quad County Urban League. Throughout her career, Theodia has been a passionate advocate for social justice and equality, making a significant difference in the lives of countless individuals through her work in job training, education, housing, and healthcare. Her leadership not only uplifts those in need, but also inspires others to engage actively in community service, making her a cherished asset to East Aurora and the surrounding regions. Ms. Gillespie, thank you so much for your time of service. I truly appreciate it. And with that, I'll pause and see if the board would like to have any statements regarding your time of service with us. Thank you.
I'll just jump in and say, I'd like to thank you for your service on the board and the service to the community. I know that you've been an advocate for all of our students, and you have done a great job serving this community, and I know you'll still be very actively involved. East Aurora is in your heart, even though, you were a Tomcat, but we have adopted you as a Tomcat because you're somebody who's always been around and has always advocated for East Aurora. So thank you.
Thank you. And
I just want to say something short and sweet. I met you when you were attending the meetings, and you've been attending for a long time. So you're interested, you're vested in the community. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. Diversity means a lot to me as well. So I hope to continue along and doing that work on you, from you.
absolutely.
I would like to add to Theodia and I've been friends for a long time, and we met May. She just really is servant to the community and really always trying to do what's right for the kids, students, parents, and teachers. So thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Theodia for stepping up when the opportunity, when Mr. Barreros left. So thank you for the knowledge that you bring, and thank you for serving our community in our district.
Thank you.
Okay, and next, Mr. Bruce Schubert has made a remarkable impact on East Aurora School Board during his two four-year terms, beginning his dedicated service in April of 2017. As the chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee, he has played a pivotal role in ensuring our school facilities are safe, functional, and welcoming for all students and staff. Even after his own children concluded their elementary and secondary education, Bruce has demonstrated a remarkable commitment to serving the community through his volunteer work on the board. His willingness to continue contributing, driven solely by a passion for enhancing the educational experience for future generations, exemplifies his deep-rooted dedication to the East Aurora community. Bruce's legacy of service will undoubtedly leave a lasting positive impact on our schools and students for years to come. Mr. Schubert, thank you once again for your 8 years of service. We truly appreciate it. And with that, I'll pause and see if the board would like to have a couple statements as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll start out again. Bruce, we've been friends for a long time, but I have always enjoyed you on Buildings and Grounds. You were always the person who could find the details and ask the tough questions. You came into the district when we had some lead issues and some asbestos issues, and you took all of your wealth of knowledge and you helped the school district. You've always been an advocate to our community, and long before you were even sat on the board. And we'll always be good friends. So thank you. I'm really gonna miss your service.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Bruce, I've sat here for 6 years now alongside of you. I've learned a lot from you. Your 8 years of dedication to the school board have left a meaningful mark on the district, and I personally, like I said, learned so much from you, from your thoughtful perspectives and steady leadership. Your commitment to doing what's best for students and families has always shined through, and you will be missed on the board.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank Bruce too. Sometimes in our closed sessions, we have we agree to disagree, and it's not always super pretty and sweet, but Bruce would always kind of keep us even keeled and back to like, okay, we just got to move on and get this behind us. So I really appreciate everything you've done for the school district.
Thanks, Bruce, thank you again for your service. I know I've known you even before I was a school board member, but out in the community, and definitely communicating with you on asking those hard, difficult questions that sometimes need to be asked. So thank you for that point of view as a parent, but also as a community leader. Thank you.
Thanks, Saul. Thank you.
I just want to say, Bruce, thank you so much for your service, your professionalism, your calm temperament, and creating an environment that is really good for having a dialogue about some crucial issues that need to be addressed. And as was indicated, I have been coming to board members forever, as long as I've been in Aurora, because I believe if you want to have impact, you have to be engaged. And engaged is not just being a board member, but also being that advocate. And you've been that advocate for our children in this district as well as the staff. So thank you so much for the service, and we'll be around. This is
Yeah,
not goodbye.
that's
This
right.
is, we'll see you later.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Theodia. Thank you.
And I combined Theodia's and Bruce's together. So I know I've been here for almost 2 months, and obviously I know Theodia from way back. You know, she's always done an amazing job in the community in the east side of Clark County Urban League. And Bruce, you know, I've always kept up with what's going on with the district. And obviously the East Aurora is amazing, beautiful, more beautiful than I was here when I was at East Aurora in 2015 and before. But all these from the HVAC systems, from maybe in a Walden having no HVAC and just sweating in there too. Now these kids, they don't have to deal with those problems, so now they can focus more on the books and they're more comfortable learning. So thank you for everything you've done, and this is not a goodbye. Hopefully we'll see you every board meeting and even in the community. So thank you guys both.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thank you, members of the board, for the contribution. I'd like to pause real quick. We have a couple, kind of just a small token of our appreciation for everything for Theodia and Bruce with what they've done. And it's a puzzle, and it says an essential piece of history and success in EA. So I'd like to pause for a minute and hand these to Bruce and Theodia and thank them for their service, and then we can take a picture as a board if we could. What's going to be our best way to get a picture with the trophies front and center with Theodia? Okay, sure. Thank you.
On that side of the table? Yeah. Stay back. Oh.
Well, there you go.
And that concludes the superintendent report, and we'll move down to action item, or item 6 on the agenda this evening.
Okay, so motion to approve the consent agenda as listed.
So moved.
Any questions?
Second.
Secretary, call the roll.
Schubert,
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Gillespie,
Yes.
LaShay,
Yes.
Olivas,
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Okay, so on to curriculum and programs with Mr. Cefuentes.
Good evening, everyone. The Curriculum and Programs Committee met on Monday, April 21st here at the Administrative Center. We did have 2 schools that presented their school improvement plans. The first one was Allen Elementary, presented by Principal Jonathan Simpson and Assistant Principal Tanita Ramey and Sagario Wing. Some of the 2023-2024 summary included 48% of students met or exceeded growth in reading, 56% of students met or exceeded growth in math. They also had an 18% increase for students scoring on or above grade level in iReady from fall to spring. And they also had an increase of access exits from 9 to 19. Goals for the current school year are to have a reduction in ODRs of 10% from the previous school year, maintain an average rate of attendance of 95%, and by winter 2024, 60% of K-5 students will meet their expected growth in reading and math as measured by NWEA MAP. Moving on to Oak Park, they also presented their school improvement plan, which was presented by Principal Annette McMahon and Assistant Principal Maricela Garcia. They also shared the 2023-2024 summary, which included a reduction in ODRs. 47% of students met or exceeded expected growth in reading and math, and 58% of students met or exceeded expected growth in math. Goals that they will be focusing on are 10% decrease in ODRs from the previous school year, maintain a daily average attendance of 95% or higher. And by spring of 2025, 80% of preschool students will show improvement in both LLD 10, pre-writing W1, and by winter of 2024, 60% of students will meet or exceed their expected growth in reading and math as measured by NWEA MAP. Dr. Engel presented on the East Aurora High School new course proposal Enrichment 2025, which introduces the Skills for Success courses for grades 9 through 11. Dr. Engel also presented on the resource pilot updates. The current resource, Savas, My World, Mi Mundo, will be reviewed and piloted for elementary and middle school social studies, focusing on engagement, global issues, cultural inclusivity, and compliance with Illinois standards. For high school math, the district plans to pilot 2 resources aligned with the College Board framework and Common Core standards. Dr. Engel also presented with Dr. Guzman on the International Newcomer Center. The plan outlines a comprehensive program designed to support students who are new to the U.S. and have a home language other than English or Spanish. We do have that as an action item for 2 teacher assistants and 1 facilitator to support the program to come. And there's more info on that, on all of this summary on the minutes. Ms. Martinez then presented on the student planners for 2025. The planners will be for students grades 5th through 12th for the upcoming school year, and that total cost will be $24,896, and we do have an action item on that as well. Luis Gonzalez also presented on the Scholastic Summer Kids books. The proposal aims to present summer learning loss by providing high-interest fiction and nonfiction books in both English and Spanish to K-4 students at Dual Language Comprehension Support School and English books to 5th grade students. The cost of that is $42,630.18, funded by Title I. Let's see, Ms. Martinez then presented on the Learning Forward Academy for Administrators. It will be a 6-day on-site professional development program for administrators in the district, and that cost is $50,900, funded by a grant as well, and we have an action item on that as well. Rosary Horn then presented on the Jumpstart Summer Recruitment. Events will be held in parks throughout the district to enroll new families in the Jumpstart program, which serves children from prenatal to age 3, and the cost of the program will be covered by the Prevention Initiative Grant. Dr. Engel then spoke about the the East High School Crest donation, and that's a donation that will go to the high school soccer team room. And then we also reviewed the attendance and enrollment report. So now I'll move over to the action items unless anybody has any questions. All right. 7.B.1, motion to approve 2 teacher assistants and 1 facilitator to support the International Newcomer Center.
So move.
Second.
Secretary call the roll?
Schubert,
Yes.
Gillespie,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
All right, next action item, 7.B.2, motion to approve the purchase of student planners for the 2025-2026 school year from Vision Student Planners in the amount of $24,896.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Any questions? Secretary call the roll?
Gillespie,
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
Schubert.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Right, 7.B.3, motion to approve the Learning Forward Academy proposal for administrators in the amount of 50,900.
So moved.
Second.
Secretary call the roll?
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Gillespie.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schubert.
Yes.
And last action item, 7.B.4, motion to approve the donation of a vinyl 3-foot crest for the East High School program, soccer program.
So moved.
Second.
You guys are sleeping tonight here, come on. Okay, Secretary call the roll?
Gillespie.
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Schubert.
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, May 19th, here at the School Service Center at 6 p.m. And that concludes my report.
We'll just-
Yeah.
So on to this. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I just like to make, we kind of moved rather quickly there. I just wanted to make a few comments, now that I'm exiting off the board after 8 years of service here. There's just a couple things I want to say. I'm not going to get into a big dissertation here tonight. But it has truly been an honor to serve in this role, on the East Aurora School Board for 8 years. My journey started back in 2004 when my wife and I moved to the East Side. We lived by Wavansie Valley High School. And I remember when we moved to this side, I remember a neighbor saying, "Why are you moving to the east side of Aurora?" Because at that time, there was a lot of crime. The schools were facing multi-million-dollar deficits. Academic achievement wasn't where we had all wanted it to be. And we were just starting family. And I thought to myself, I questioned, was that the right move? And we really loved the east side of Aurora, and lots of things about it. And so we continued our move. And I told myself at that time that I would get involved. I wouldn't, stand behind the living room curtains and complain, that I would actually try and make a difference. And what I have found and what I learned over all these years is that the school districts in any community are really one of the primary bloodlines that feed the health and ills of any community. And so if the schools are strong and healthy, that usually is reflective of the overall community. And so I thought, I'm gonna, get blisters on my feet and run just like these two candidates probably did as you ran for your first time, knocking on doors and dropping off literature to get a seat here to try and make that change. And so it's really been an honor to see all the change from '04. I've been through 6 superintendents in terms of the very first one I met with, which was Dr. Rodakovich, to you, Dr. Halverson. I've met with them, I've interacted with them over the years, and it's truly been a pleasure. Being the chair of B&G all these years, I've seen a lot of change, hundreds of millions of dollars invested into the facilities here at East Aurora. And what we're sitting in now is reflective of the future of East Aurora. And I challenge the new board members to keep that going, and really put focus on that career center, which, college is an important route for a lot of people, but so are the trades. And so that needs to continue to be a primary focus of the Board of Education. And as for the future, Dr. Halverson, I wish you the best of luck. I've been involved with many interviews of superintendents over the years, and you are just outstanding. I mean, really outstanding. So I wish you the best, really, all the best in your leadership here, and collaboration with the new Board of Education. And just some words of wisdom to our new board members. I really wish you the best of luck. What you're going to learn in your very first board member training is they're going to tell you about staying up in the balcony and not getting on the dance floor too much. That's really good advice. So kind of keep that, because it's hard when you run for the Board of Education. You're usually a doer and you want to get things done and be on that dance floor and get it done, but it takes some time to get legs under you. So I wish you the best, and always you can reach out to me anytime. I'd be glad to help you along your journey here at East Aurora. And then finally, just keep the mission of the district as your guiding light. All the decisions that I've ever made here, I've always put the mission of the district first. And as long as my what I believe are the decisions based on that mission, then all is good, right? So best of luck. And just a thank you to the East Aurora community, everybody in this room. I'm going to miss all of you and working with you to lift up the East Aurora community. And I'm really going to miss that. Really to three people, I gotta thank Miss Johnson. Over the years, I've been really what people have maybe viewed as a staunch supporter, and there's a lot of reason for that. There's a lot of reason for that. If you look at the finances where we are as a school district, a lot of what we do here could not happen without that. And she has brought really true professionalism and expertise into that area that was sorely needed here at East Aurora. So it has been a pleasure to work with Ms. Johnson over all these years and this Board of Education and the various board members I've worked with over the year. But there's two people I really want to thank, and that is my wife and my daughter who couldn't be here today. But I want to thank them for borrowing me to the district all these years because it is a big investment in time and energy, because not only when you're here, it's your mind is always thinking about it, right? So there's a lot of time invested in East Aurora, but it's all good, you know. So it's been a pleasure serving all of you. Like Ms. Gillespie said, we're not saying goodbye. We're just, you know, we're moving on. And so
We'll see you
best
around.
wishes to everybody. So thank you. Thank you.
So on to the certification of candidates. That is on to Mrs. Morales to help us out here.
All right, so based on the information received from the Kane County Clerk's Office, the Board of Education, School District 131, finds that as a result of the election held on April 1, 2025, the following candidates were elected to their respective office as members of the Board of Education of School District 131 to serve 4 years. Annette Johnson, 1050 Northfield Drive; Myra Reyes, 21 South Smith Street; and Vania Valencia, 30 South Stolp Avenue. Move on to oath.
Okay, so on to the oath of office now, so.
And at this time, I'd like to ask Myra and Vania and Ms. Johnson to come forward to the podium where we'll administer the oath of office. It's a long one. So I will take a pause, and when I take the pause, you can affirm how you feel. So I affirm that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of East Aurora School District 131 in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability.
I affirm.
I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
Yes.
Okay. I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinions by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
Yes.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
Yes,
I
sir.
understand.
I shall abide by majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels. As part of the Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility of my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district. I shall foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course of East Aurora School District 131.
Yes, sir.
I shall assist in establishing a structure and environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework. I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law. I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students in our community school or schools to advance the vision for East Aurora School District 131. And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development. Welcome. Thank you. You can take your seat. You can take your seat, though. Yep.
Always the sad part of the meeting. Oh, goodness. I think we have to have Ms. Gillespie join us, right? Oh, Theodia, would you come and join us for one more minute here? Okay, so inasmuch as there is no further business to come before this current board, I motion that we adjourn sit and die.
Second,
Secretary call the roll?
LaShay,
yes.
Schubert, Olivas.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Gillespie.
Yes.
Okay.
Here you go.
In a moment, I will ask for nominations for the position of board president. I will ask the recording secretary to take note of the name or names after hearing all nominations, starting with the first name on her list, I will have the recording secretary poll each board member who will vote yes or no regarding that candidate. If the candidate receives 4 yes votes, I will hand over the gavel to that person as he or she will be our board president. If the first candidate does not receive 4 yes votes, the recording secretary will poll the members again, asking for a yes or no vote for the second candidate, and so on as applicable. The new board president will then take nominations in a similar fashion for the position of vice president and then secretary. Roll call. I would like to call part 2 of the meeting to order. Secretary, call the roll.
Cefuentes.
Here.
Moreno.
Here.
Olivas.
Here.
Reyes. Here. Valencia.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
LaShay.
Here.
Next, we will move down to action item 12C, election of officers. I would, as president pro tem, I would like to entertain nominations for the office of board president.
I would like to nominate myself.
And I would like to nominate myself. And I actually had a couple of comments as to nominating myself and why I did that, because that's kind of changing the script as to what we usually do. So, so tonight, you know, I have definitely, we've had a lot of change in the last couple of years but the biggest change I think has been, you know, this last year, and it's kind of a challenging year because we've had, 2 very senior board members leave the board. And then we had to bring on new board members. Then we also ended up, you know, our superintendent left, so we had to conduct a search. And, you know, we also had the board elections. So needless to say, that has been a busy year. So anyways, we, we've gone through that. You know, we've gone through an election process. We've actually, got new people on the board, and I'd like to, welcome them to the board tonight. But here's the thing about being the board president for several years. The district has had some change, but history is a good thing. History, you need to remember how you got here. And I think that, for myself, I have been the person that is best suited to do that. We're definitely going to be facing harder financial times because we have uncertainty in the federal government and how things are going to be, how school districts get funded. And, certainly from a financial standpoint, I have done that. I have proven that to the community. I also feel that, there's been, many moving parts with regards to the, with the process and the way things have been going with the superintendent. And I'd like to support Dr. Halverson in that. And I'd also like to continue to work with the union and make sure, because I do have most experiences when it comes to negotiations. And I'd like to make sure that that continues. And I'd like to make sure that we get a very equitable union contract for all. And I do feel that, again, I can make that happen because I have made that happen. Our teachers have come a long way. We've started in a district where teachers were the lowest paid in the district. And needless to say, we've come the lowest paid actually in the entire western suburbs. And we have come to everybody's earning decent wages here. There is still certainly more work to do. I'd continue to like to make that happen. But most importantly, I want to see it through, because the way that negotiations best work is if we have strong joint committees. And those joint committees need to be our students or our staff members, our board, and our administration working together. So everybody feels that they have a voice at the table. And at the end of the day, that is how the district will function and best. So I'm gonna continue to, I just want to make sure, and I'm just gonna say this tonight, I do feel that I want to make sure that the district continues to follow being equitable to all students and staff members. And our career center gets built, and it gets built with a good budget. So anyway, so that's just my little twist on why I want to be the board president. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations for president are closed. For the nomination of Mr. Juan Cifuentes, Secretary, call the roll.
Valencia,
Yes.
Cifuentes,
Yes.
Johnson,
No.
Olivas,
Yes.
LaShay,
No.
Reyes. Yes. Moreno,
No.
Now that the new president is selected, I will hand the gavel over to the new president. Thank you.
All right, we're going to continue on with the nominations for vice president. Do I have any nominations for vice president?
I'll nominate Annette Johnson.
I would like to nominate myself.
All right. Do we have any more nominations for vice president? All right, with that, nominations are closed for vice president. Madam Secretary, can you please call the roll for the first nomination, which is Annette Johnson?
Reyes. No. LaShay,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Valencia,
No.
Cifuentes,
No.
Moreno,
Yes.
Olivas,
No.
All right. Now moving on to the next nomination for secretary. Do I have any nominations
Wait,
for
wait.
secretary?
you got back
Yeah.
the other candidate.
Oh, we have to vote
Yes.
for the second candidate?
Yeah.
Oh,
So for the nomination of Saul as vice president, we just have to have a
oh,
vote.
okay, okay, understood. All right, so moving on to the second nomination, which is Saul Olivas for vice president.
Hmm.
Could we call roll, please?
LaShay? LaShay?
Yes.
Reyes? Yes. Olivas?
Yes.
Johnson?
No.
Moreno?
No.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Valencia? Yes.
Okay, now we can move on to the secretary nominations. Do we have any nominations for secretary?
I would like to nominate John Lapshy.
Any other nominations for secretary?
Well, I would like to know what the exact job duties are of the secretary, because I don't really know. Bruce, 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 could you come to the podium? No. Um,
Do you accept the nomination?
hmm. Think about it. Does anybody else want to be secretary?
Any other nominations for secretary?
Go. No. Annette, do you want to do it?
No, no, that's okay.
Okay. Well, I guess so, then I guess I'll do it.
At this point, nominations are closed for secretary. Secretary, call the roll, please. Yes or no?
He's the only nominee.
He's the only nominee, so we don't have to,
You have to.
oh, okay.
Valencia? Valencia?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Moreno?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Reyes? Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next agenda item, 7.D. Motion to readopt the calendar of regular meeting dates and times for the 2024-2025 school year.
It doesn't look like we have the fall dates on here, shouldn't we, or do we not have to worry about that? Just for,
We're just readopting this year's.
so this year ends July 1st then?
Yeah, and this
Okay,
is, if
fair
there were
enough.
any emergency days, we have to readopt every year with ISB there through the iWS system. So that's what this is.
Got it, okay.
Do we
So
have a
moved.
mo-
Second,
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Reyes? Yes. Valencia? Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
LaShay?
yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes.
Moreno?
Yes.
All right, next we are moving on to 12.E, assignment of board members to board committees and establishment of committee meeting dates and times. For the finance, I'm gonna assign Annette as the chair with myself and Myra. And as the alternate, we'll have Vanya on that committee. For building and grounds, Judd, I was gonna have you as the chair for that committee, along with myself and Brian, and Annette as the alternate. And then for curriculum, Saul, I was gonna have you as the chair for curriculum, please, and Vanya and Myra along as well on that committee. And the alternate for that committee will be Judd. Do we have the second public comments or questions at this point? No. All right, so motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Secretary, call the roll.
Secretary, call the roll,
Oh,
please.
yes.
Valencia? Yes. LaShay?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Reyes? Yes. Moreno?
Yes.
Cefuentes?
Yes.
Olivas?
Yes. Meeting adjourned. Sorry.